Should be up. Should be running. Hi! Welcome to stream at the times that I never stream, early. This one's something different. So, besides to give some reasoning or what the hell is or what's going on, outside of the usual game streams in the background, when I'm not doing that, I have been working on I've been making my own game. And I've thought about streaming the development on it at a different time than all of the usual game streams, because I thought it'd be interesting, because it is something I do and enjoy, and so I feel like, wow, why not? For these, I hope to do more of these. This one should be a bit, although, I want to alt tab. So I hope to do more of these. How frequent they'll be is going to be random. Unlike all of the games streams, they're going to be earlier in the day, which is also the big reason why they're going to be sporadic. And so hopefully, if I do multiple of them, when I start one stream, and then compared to when I do the next one of these, hopefully things should look or function differently, or I should be working on something different. But the main reason I want to do these is because to force try and keep how do I put this? I want to make the game, and it should hopefully help force me to keep me focused on it, instead of being like, I could do this, but I could sleep or eat the whole day instead. That's I guess one of the reasons I'm doing this, but also because I can share a thing that I enjoy doing, which is this. It's game dev. And this is something that I have been working on for very on and off for about a year now. And so I've thought about trying to stream it, because I can. I guess at the end of the day, why? Because I can and I want to, and I say so. So here we are. Things are very much a prototype and a work in progress. This is still very early on. This is nowhere near becoming a released or fully functional thing yet. I hope for it to be. This is where we're at. How loud am I? That should be fine. Yeah. Along with this, I guess other announcement things in regards to things I should be doing, but just haven't been. I don't do anything there. I haven't done a single thing there. Whether I will or will not do anything there is completely random. But I am on Twitter now. Yeah. And in line with these, I should hopefully be posting devlogs about this, because I do want to also spread knowledge of I am making this thing. This is a thing I am making, which will hopefully, once it's made, assuming it's actually worth a damn, people will know it exists and want to play it. Assuming it's good enough to play. If at some point during the whole process I think that playing this is not fun at all, it'll probably vanish to the ethereal void of nearly everything else that I have worked on. So yeah. I need to do other stuff to like actually prepare for this stream, which I have done none of. Which was to have somewhere on the screen written down what I am actually trying to do or accomplish for this stream in terms of making the game. I hate that. Which I forgot to do. Off the top of my head, I don't know if I can just label clear text over OBS. So I'm not going to try to, because that was going to end up being like 30% of the stream then, if I tried to. Did my... No, okay, it's still going. So you guys, if I refer to it as something functioning, I'm referring to something off screen that you guys can't see or hear, which is me listening to music that I cannot play on the stream for obvious reasons. I think. I think I can't for the obvious reasons of copyright. I could be wrong though. I listen to music while I do this, so yeah. See what happens with this. This is... I'm throwing shit at the wall and seeing what happens, I guess, with this one. There should hopefully be a normal stream later on tonight. Hopefully. We hope. We pray. That might be War Thunder. We'll see. But right now, making thing. Keep hitting Alt Tab when I don't want to. So what am I actually trying to make on the stream? Simple. So what I'm trying to hopefully accomplish, because this will not be long, whether I am here for another 30 minutes or like 50, how long has I've been gapping for? Or actually this is going for like another 30 or I have no idea. This will not be this like normal length. This is going to be shorter. I have lost control. Yeah. So what I'm hoping to do, if I can manage to not die, being shot at still. So I guess in terms of me talking though, this is of me talking or not talking. This could be a quiet stream, or a not so quiet stream. Because the game itself has no audio. Unless I can find free music to play in the background. Most of the audio for this is going to be me yapping. Yay! But what I am hoping to accomplish is level progression, so I can complete a level, go to the next one. What would be good context to give as to what the hell the game is. It is it's going to be, and hopefully will be, is going to be like a first-person roguelike dungeon crawler. Now, to not just say words that mean things, but nothing. Effectively, the player would throw the player into a dungeon that is generated at random. It itself is going to be sci-fi themed. the player will have to, and while in there, they'll have to complete a specific objective, in which case the only one I have really going now is kill everything. Or kill a certain number of things. Kill enough things. We don't need to kill everything that lives, just enough of them. So you complete the objective, you move on to the next level, and it progresses that way. The way level progression works, once you complete your objective, you can actually move on to the next floor. The way that this will happen is, once you complete the objective in the dungeon, I need to find a fix for that. That should fix that. Not really, but what should happen is in these rooms. Another room like that will spawn without this column in the middle. There should hopefully be at least there should always be one, not more than 3 of these rooms, where the player will have choices of where they can leave their current level. And each one will take them to a level with a different corresponding mission, so it's not just constant kill. Because if it's just slaughter everything, it exists already. There's hundreds of them. But the player will have to actually find and navigate their way to these rooms. And they can only actually go through and exit the current floor to the next one, then proceed if they complete the current objective on the floor that they're currently on. I hope it does not sound like there is some semblance of sanity into or understanding into whatever I'm saying, and I don't just sound like a crazy man on the side of the street rambling on about the end of the world. Because that would be not good. Yeah! So, on to trying to actually now make the thing that I said I want to make. Let's do that. Let's do what let's attempt to, I guess. Hopefully. I had a train of thought to this before before I slept. I had a train of thought to this when I woke up, and of course now that I'm actually doing it, the train of thought of how I was gonna do this has vanished completely. So fuck it, Weevil. Okay. You need to spawn the portal. I need to screw around with Tick. How are they doing that? We're gonna set up this, does this. Yeah. Also, we're in Unreal. So have whatever thoughts you want about that as you will. That's the engine we're in. It uses the language that I know. It's the engine that I most know. Yeah. This is Unreal 5.4? I wrote it down somewhere. Just don't care about this. Do. No, because I need to do. I can only do this once. This can only fire once. Because it says to fire once, I have to okay, I have to do this in an annoying way. Because it seems like the easiest way forwards. Let's say add enough. I can add a function, but it'd be for only this specific type of room. So I really don't want to. Usable later on if I make. Oh, because I have to do the same bullshit as this. Yeah, it'd have to be not have that and as a child, which would be just a fucking. Okay. Whew. Okay. So if that becomes true, I could do that, but that's. This stream's gonna be a lot of I could do that with no context or any clue as to what I'm actually thinking of. Let's do. Or wait, no, I could do. I do have a function I can fuck with. Okay, I do welcome to C++ and Unreal. This is what it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Where's populate? Okay, what the fuck did it? Okay. Populate is that. It helps. It's already a U function. I need to edit it. It's going to be edited. Okay. Is Bluefruit implementable event or is it Bluefruit native? Is this blueprint implementable, or I can give it both? So what I'm trying to do is, because I have this this function, which fills rooms with crap, specifically like large chamber rooms. They get filled with crap. Doesn't do the spawning of enemies, which is fine. Which I don't need to mess with that. So I just need this. I could just put it in here. Actually, instead of overwriting it and putting it into the blueprint, I can add. I need to add in a different case, or I need to add an if statement to see. I needed to give it a boolean. Say that it's an exit. Yeah, I can just check that in here because that I can cap the exits to be only to certain size. Okay. 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 I think. Yeah. Okay. So I do need to still do this with Blueprint. Okay, so yes, I do. Or I need to add in. Yeah, it'll just be easier. It's gonna be easier for me just to add it into Blueprint than to create a completely different variable in here for that. There's not anything in here that would make sense to borrow. Okay. Callable. Where's one of these has it? I think it's you. We put callable. No. You have something funny in you. Yeah, I think it's... No. Because I go here... Okay, it is native. It is native. So, to explain, I can write functions, code that does stuff. And I can have it overwrite each other in the C++ or the blueprint. So the way it will work is if there's a blueprint version of the function, the engine, game, compiler, the machine will use the blueprint version of the function if it exists. Otherwise, it will default to the C++ one, this, if it doesn't exist. Stuff's making stuff happen. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. No? Yeah. Maybe? If I... Can I cast use that one specifically? I don't know. Fuck around. Find out. Okay, so this becomes... So I need this. And that becomes that, and this becomes... I also need it to be... So I need Blueprint to be able to call it for what I have in mind. This is gonna break some shit. Implementation. Oh no, so I don't. Okay, I put this. I put this here. That goes there. This comes out. Yeah, it's saying there's a lot of problems, but there isn't. They're lies. The red squiggles are lies. I hope. I hope they're lies. They should be lies. Fuck. Do it again. Okay. I'm going to try something. I'm going to now wait. It works. Paste it back. Recompile it. Think about if I put a comment or if I put a comma where I needed it to be. That should be what it is. Let me try. Yeah, the pre-game. Okay. Nothing. Oh yeah, right now I know the wall is being shown because I'm having to Google shit to see why it's not working, or if it's because Unreal is choosing to have a conniption, which I don't think is the case. I think it's because I've done something stupid previously or just now. Whereas I am aware. Okay. It should be. Why is this not? Because here's you. Blueprint. Fucking. It's not in fucking. That's why. That's what I've done wrong. It's not implementable. It is fucking. It is native. Most realistic part of streaming, Google. Google is great. It's just the coding. It'll be I need it to compile. I need it to tell me if I did something wrong, which I haven't. Okay, we're here. Okay, now ignore the red squiggles. They're lies and wrong. Okay, so what should happen now is if I don't override this set of stuff in this should fire instead of whatever the hell I write in this. I need to make it callable. What do you think? Screw, you're an idiot. Missed. Understand? This is the coding screen, and this is also the coding screen. Just compile in Blender. Blender, I don't think has a game engine anymore. At one point it used to, or I've been lied to. Retention. Okay. But yeah, so I guess so for this, in which case of the coding screen, this is the coding screen. And this is also a coding screen. As much as I don't like to say that this is a coding screen. Coding gaming engine deployed. Here's the fun thing, even if that was the case, I'm gonna stop myself because what I could be saying is completely wrong because I don't know how to program an engine. So yeah. Okay, now what the that's populate. No, I need the event. Yes. Here's Minecraft when I scream. Minecraft was last stream, in which case I've realized when I woke up the title of the stream for once actually made sense because it was I need wood and I ended the stream still needing wood. So in terms of that, I said earlier, what I might be streaming later, depending on the availability of people, is it won't be Minecraft, will probably be War Thunder. There will be more Minecraft. There will be more Minecraft flavored ice cream, or ice cream flavored Minecraft. So now you do this. Almost. I have no idea if this is gonna work the way I'm hoping it does. You can play War Thunder with. I don't need two things of has enemies. Has treasure? Get has. Yeah. Still like co-pilot. Put it in the Pokemon nurse. Alright, I need and, or we need or. Well, or. No, not and. Or. Yeah, because it's the B. Okay, I want and for false. I want or for. Okay. If those are both false, do this. I don't even need to create another variable for this. Which is probably makes this less readable, but it means I don't need to make another variable. Or if either of these are true, we're going to cast to room base. This is a pure cast. This should always succeed, because this is our self. But he can take care of you in War Thunder. And I call populate. No, don't call populate as me. Call populate as room base. It keeps making this the because I don't want to have to just rewrite C++ in Blueprint and have it exist in both places. That's just not good. It's not. It's. I'm gonna have to just create more variables. Tanks only. Tanks only is great. We have tanks only. I like tanks. Productive. I'm not sure. You might find your answer in the hit movie Planes. I know that this is redundant. I want you to use the not this, which it doesn't want to do, I think. Because it keeps saying that the target is itself, which it shouldn't be the case. But what about triplanes? And triplanes are a thing. They exist. There are triplanes. What kind of shit is this? This is what I do when I'm not. This is what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm not streaming. And now I'm streaming it because it means I am doing it. And I can also get the fact that it's knowledge of its existence into the ethereal realm. Okay, so this doesn't work. I need to admit defeat and just create two new variables that I don't want to do. Yeah, they both have to be. Where am I? Streaming and nerding at the same time. Yes, I'm streaming and nerding at the same time. No, I will not. I will. You could bully me in chat, not voice chat. I can't give you too much power. You can bully me in voice chat later. Ignore the red lines. They're lying. These are not errors. As much as Unreal wants to tell me as much as Visual Studio wants to tell me otherwise. You can criticize my code without having to just appear. Yes, in terms of that, yes, I can write a loop. I can also do a switch statement. Has treasure is exit. And that's why I don't want to do this in here, because it's only needed for one specific type of room. I don't want to just jam it into props. There's no reason for me to jam it into props. Do I use props, or do I use prop meshes, actually? Which do I use? Which of you do I use? Hit, populate world. I haven't looked in this for a while. Spawn. This is my random number. Spawn a random number of static mesh actor. Prop mesh. I don't use props. 7,000 Boolean statements. In terms of, so, funny fact about 7,000 Boolean statements. Theoretically, technically, that is possible. It shouldn't be. Is it? In theory, is it possible for a loop to check a Boolean 7000? It shouldn't be. I really hope it isn't. So I'm just gonna say it isn't. Because if I say it isn't, that means it doesn't. Props. Don't tell me it doesn't appear. It's right there. Where are you searching in? Search in here. But don't tell me that you can't find any instances of the word props. I can see it. Okay. I can just... And what do I do here? What have I done in... Because this shit like an onion, it got layers. Rooms. Do I use that in here? No! Yes! I can reuse! I can steal this! I don't need to write 6 million if-else statements. I have switch statements, and none of the switch statements need to go for 6 million. Yes, if I put in more if statements and more booleans, it will lag the game. So actually, if I just create a large amount of variables, it shouldn't lag the game. It should just expand. It should. It'll also make it huge, because the game needs to just take up more space than it actually needs to do nothing with, and it's gonna fill that space with nothing. To my knowledge. Okay, so I can just steal this. Yeah, I can steal this, and I can just reuse AFO and make those look different. I don't need... Okay, you want to see lag? Nothing should be broken yet. Yeah, nothing should be broken yet. It could be like a flex. So here's fun fact. While working, it does lag. It'll lag right here. Or as less of lag, but more, it will load. And this could go anywhere from a while to not a while, which is, it generates the dungeon. That takes time, but those couple that maybe not even a second that just happened, that's considered taking too long. Or, that's long enough. It's fine, because it only has to happen once. And never again until you complete the level. Then it does have to happen again to make a new dungeon. Of a frame for every 10 hours. Okay, so I can change if I go here. If I make this number, that 50, this number right here. Is my mouse cursor on the screen? Actually, is a good question. Because I can emphasize points if it's not, if it's on the screen. Properties. Yeah, it's set the capture cursor. It's set to. So this number here, yes, I can see my mouse. This number here, this 50. If I make this number too high, when I go to generate the level, it's gonna take longer. Because it needs to generate more shit. For example, so right now, like, if I go in, it's 50. 50 is not a big number. No, this is a size 50 dungeon. This isn't big. This is big enough in terms of gameplay. This is large enough. In terms of what my bullshit is capable of, 500. We'll multiply it by 10. Here's a dungeon of size 500! And it took about the same amount of time. Here, let me make it, no, make it, yeah, unlit. This is a dungeon of size 500. This is 10 times the size. I don't need it to be this big. I can create a dungeon this big in however many seconds or less, or nanoseconds that was. But, this number if I can make this number really big, it will load. For a long time. After about 5 seconds of which, I will grow impatient, and then just tell it to, kill itself, and reopen it. Do not autosave with that number at 500. I can make this number a lot larger. Make it 1500. I don't know how long this is going to take, because I haven't tried this while with this much crap running in the background. It went. Ah, this looks painful. Here is a dungeon of size 1500. Here is also the lag you wanted, because this thing is fucking massive. And as I am discovering just now, the fucking polygon primitives that Unreal uses have more faces than they need. 2. Why is it run better if I have it as not a whatever? It runs better if it's not a wireframe. So that's not actually lag from my bullshit. That is just Unreal, because the game won't look like that. Or this. The games will look like this, in which case it still isn't lag. This is a dungeon of size 1500. They don't need to be this big. If I told the player to complete a mission in this dungeon and find the exit, unless you are very lucky, you could probably be stuck in this for actual hours. So there's no reason for it to be this big. But if I wanted to, I could make it this big. This is an option these are options I have, but don't need, because of how I've made this. I could really try to push the stress test, and I could make that 5,000, but that will probably be too much with OBS running in the background at least. There's Catacomb Simulator. I could very much shove the player in there, and unless I update the map, and what I mean by the map is, yeah, this is your map, as you get to just see the dungeon. It's very work in progress, so it's going to be... The rooms that should hopefully, in the map view, be colored to show what you have explored and what you haven't. And better yet, which rooms are the exits. So that you know where to leave. Don't just meander around for hours on end, because it's boring. I know it's boring, because when I started to make projects for whatever reason... A lot of them were mazes. Mazes become boring very quickly, even if there's stuff to do, if you become lost. And there's no way to tell where you have or haven't been, because you don't know where the fuck you're going. Unless it's a horror setting, in which case, the suspense, and ever-building suspense of, holy shit, I'm lost and don't know where the fuck I'm going, and something is chasing after me, could make that an experience of not boredom, but eventual infuriation because you're stuck there for too long, the suspense will build up after so many failed attempts. But even then, like with the dungeon of this size, getting lost is still it's easy to figure out. It's easy to currently find out where you have been because of how I have it debugging where bullets were shot. In actual gameplay, I need to fix some things. But we're not there yet. Yeah, because if you're lost in a horror game and something's chasing after you, that's a buildup of suspense and panic. Until it repeats so many times, it eventually will become infuriating. Because it'll hit the point where you just want to fucking progress. But the whole point is, shit needs to be fun. On track to what I was doing. Is exit. I can steal this. There's no reason for me to leave this as an array. So I won't. I was getting lost. Yeah, because getting lost in a horror game, it allows there for there to be time of suspense buildup, especially if you know or think you're being chased or watched. But if it results in you like being unable to progress, it will, at least to me, become infuriating. I don't know because I don't really play horror games. The only horror game I think I ever played, unless you really want to count Repo and Lethal Company, which at this point I don't, is the first FNAF game, which I never beat or finished. And that really doesn't apply to this case because you're not really being chased. Things are coming after you, but you're not really being chased. Your goal is to survive, not run away. Okay, exit room, okay. If it's medium room, that should only ever be medium. I could actually just not care. Okay, the thing I thought was going to interrupt stream has occurred, which is I have to go drive places. So, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't enjoy, you should still like, comment, and subscribe. That way, you will know every time I stream and be able to rate them. No, it's not internet issues. It's I need to drive and pick up people. This was a thing I knew was gonna. This is what I knew I was gonna end stream at. Just not when. And what I was afraid of happening has happened, which is I got times mixed up and I'm 40 minutes late now. So yeah.